Welcome everyone to my channel. I'm a big fan of Cities Skyline. I'm just gonna take this short time to address two particular, one is an issue and one is an alternative to a popular mod, super fast leveling and building mod that most persons would use to have a quicker spawn for buildings in the Cities Skyline 2 game compared to City Skyline 1 where the buildings would be built in a relatively short space of time. But if you're having struggle understanding my accent, I'm from Jamaica, big up here. I'm not a pro, I'm not an expert in City Skyline 2, but I'm a fan of it. I play it when I can. Don't get a lot of time to play as I'm an agronomist in the agricultural field. So um, when I can, I'll put in a couple of hours if I can. But in playing the game, there's always some hills and valleys, and there are some little things that I learned, especially reading hours and Reddit pages and forum sites. So one of them is activating developer mode, which will address one particular issue in City Skyline 2 that is riddled on a lot of forums, and this is the where players have an yellow overlay when playing the game, and I'll show you. So first, we want to activate the developer mode. So here's my City Skyline 2 shortcut here. You want to select properties, and where you have, oh, all right, where you have, all right, guess I double click too fast there. All right, so let's go back to, all right, so here's my shortcut here, and where you would have the target here, developer mode, you want to take this here and you want to put it at the end of the target here, right? And then select OK or apply, whichever is feasible for you. All right, well, the game is running ahead of me here. So yeah, as I said before, I'm a big fan of City Skylines. All right, so we're up here. Let's select a new game, and we just select any map here. We won't go into the specifics of that here. All right, so as I said before, I don't get a lot of hours in the game, but I do a lot of reading in the game, especially when I have free time or if I'm on the field and have a few hours to read. And I noticed that on a lot of the forums, a lot of persons are disgruntled with the the yellow screen overlay. Some persons would indicate that it's an orange overlay that makes it very, very difficult to play the game. I had it in the beginning and was very disgruntled. And I said I was going to go back to City Skyline 1, but then when I went back, I was like, you could see the distinct features that City Skyline 2 brought to the game compared to City Skyline 1, and I didn't want to give up that easily. So I had spent days and hours reading to see if there was a solution. Now I'm making this video because for users like myself who aren't pros or experts, like many who are probably listening this channel now, so for them to avoid the hills and valleys of trying to find the appropriate information to get to bypass this issue, to bypass this issue, so I created this video. All right, so the developer mode would have been activated now. You want to select tab here on the keyboard. You want to select tab, and then you want to select game rendering. So before we go to that, when just to give an example of what the issue is, when we select the anything to build, like the roads, you notice that yellow overlay or whatever color you want to call this. Yeah, it's pretty difficult. When I started out, I was trying to work around it because I really love the game, and I believe many persons here can agree to that. So yeah, I tried to work around it, but it was very difficult because you need to see where you're building those roads or laying down some infrastructures. So let's get out of this here. So you want to select tab, which would which would be here because the developer mode is now activated. You want to go to game rendering, and then you want to go all the way down to custom passes. You want to select that, probably need to get a new mouse here. And then you want to uncheck tunnel pass, right? Tunnel pass. You want to uncheck tunnel pass here. And then you want to select tab again to come out of the developer mode. Now we're going to select back the road, and there you have it. And there you have it. What you find here now, there's no yellow overlay or screen overlay of that would normally affect users because of that workaround. So that's the workaround for those who are having the overlay problem. As you can see, that is fixed here, and you can play the entire game and it's not activated until you close the game and restart it. I'm on a laptop, by the way. All right, so right, so let's go to the next one, the next alternative. So most persons would use the super fast building and leveling mod. I can't remember the creator's name, the developer's name of that mod, but due credit to him. Beautiful mod. When I was in Cities Skyline 2, I enjoyed the fast spawning of the building. However, in Cities Skyline 2, I realized that you don't get the luxury of that. No, it's not a problem, really. It's not an issue. It boils down to your preference as a player. Some persons like the slow grind of making the game as realistic as possible. So we know that most buildings don't just go up in one day. But some persons would want to have that slow grind in the game to have that realistic aspect of the game, right? But for some persons want the fast grind, especially you get a new game like Cities Skyline 2, you want to feel out the features, what's new versus in Cities Skyline 1 versus Cities Skyline 2. You want to get a feel of everything that is there. So you just want to do a quick run through of the game, get a feel, and then you go back to a slow grind. But sometimes with a slow grind, you need a little pep up, and I'm just going to show a few things that I've discovered with the developer mode. So you press back tab again, you go to simulation, and you go to economy, and where it has super fast building spawning, you want to select this arrow out here and enabled, and as you can see on the screen here, voila, everything is built. Now there's advantages and disadvantages of that. One of the advantages, well, you get fast spawning of your buildings, but the disadvantage can be that they might take a while for persons to occupy the houses, and then perhaps later on down you get abandoned house or empty houses, or whatever term normally comes up with that. So it's just, you want to be very strategic when using this trick in your game. So here it is. So it's an alternative to super fast leveling and building mod. Yes, that you can use. There are some other features in the developer mode. Press back tab again. When you go into gameplay, there is a lot of little things that you can do. For example, sometimes with persons who are starting the game early, they would run into budgetary problems, and sometimes you just want a help up, but you don't want to borrow a loan. As I said before, for persons who want the slow grind, they will borrow the loan because it is realistic. Many cities do struggle with budgetary concerns, and they will take a loan from another country and so forth. So persons would want to get that feel. So, but for those who want a little help up, you get 500. I want at 1.4, and I get 500 and 1.9 now, right? If I want to jump to the next milestone, just to get some developer points, progression points, let me just select again. You see, you can fast track through the milestones if you want. Now here are the progression points. I have 6 here. I can select here. So for example, I might want roundabout very early in the game because I'm planning to mitigate against traffic, heavy traffic flow. So if you go to your road network here and your roundabouts here, you notice that you only have 3 that is activated for the early start of the game. But you might not be comfortable with that, so you unlock with one of those progression points, and you come back and all your roundabouts are open to use. So yeah, so that's that's just a few. I really made this video, as I said before, for persons who are new, persons who don't have a lot of hours in like myself, but they love the game, they're a fan of the game, but it's going to take a lot of hours to try to find some little solution, a little workaround. So I'm just sharing the few that I know. These weren't discovered on my own. These were extensive reading on forums and Reddit pages. So due credit to those persons who really took the time out to give the solution. I'm just putting the solution into a more visual aspect for those who are also scouring the internet in hopes that they might find this. All right, so please do like and comment and share the vid. Would appreciate it very much. And thank you again. And if I'll share some other pointers that I learned along the way. So big up, Irie from Jamaica here. Have a great day.